Since the Harry Potter TV show was announced, the OG cast of the movies have chimed in, and their reactions will leave you in shock. Back in the day, when Daniel Radcliffe revealed that he wouldn't mind returning for another Harry Potter movie, everyone thought that a movie was in the works, and that they'd soon see their favourite character back on screen. Daniel even went as far as to say, "I'm never going to close that door, but I think I'll be happy enough and secure enough to let someone else play it." So he did have some idea that his movies aren't the end of the magical world of Harry Potter. It also suggests that the creators always had some idea in mind that they were going to continue even after the movies ended. But the fans had no idea about it, and they weren't even expecting it to happen until Daniel Radcliffe opened up, and then the cat was out of the bag for real. In an interview, Radcliffe even talked about how the creators could give a new take to the existing stories. He said,
"Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I'm sure that I'm sure there will be at some point. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like at some point they're probably going to remake those movies or reboot those movies, and that's when I'll be like tripping out."
So he already made up his mind about a reboot long before the Harry Potter TV show was even announced, and it surely suggests that he is okay with the show being made, or at least it seems like it. In another instance, he talked about how he's not the only one who has played the role of Harry in the past, and it won't be awkward, at least for him to see other people playing Harry in the future too. He was referencing Garth Reeves and Jamie Parker, who have both played Harry at one point. Daniel added, "I'm sure there will be some other version of it. I know I'm not the last Harry Potter I'm going to see in my lifetime." So there's a chance that possible talks of spin-off shows have been around for years and are only getting under the radar for the public, but Daniel probably knew it way before we did. He also revealed how Harry Potter movies are considered so sacred that no one can make any changes to them. Daniel also said at one instance that he wouldn't hold it against the creators if they ever decide to do a reboot, because the tales of Harry Potter are so iconic and there's so much left to talk about since the movies omitted certain subplots. According to him, it'll be interesting if they reboot them and just do the films again, or do a series. I'm fascinated to watch. Fans are actually demanding Daniel Radcliffe to be on the creative or production team of the new show, because he's witnessed the wizarding world firsthand. He also thinks that people believe if there's ever going to be a Harry Potter spin-off, he'll be in it. It's an expectation that people have of him, but in reality, he might not be returning to the wizarding world. No matter what people say, a Harry Potter show was actually inevitable, as the whole franchise got too big and there's a constant demand for the wizarding world stories to be told. Radcliffe doesn't mind the new show. In fact, he's past the point of playing Harry, because he considers it a phase in his career that he already passed. He also added,
"Because the world is still expanding and still exists, I think people are still interested in talking to me about it, but like nothing is happening in that area. So at the moment I'm just like very much enjoying playing like lots of different stuff."
Apart from Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson had the iconic role of Hermione, and she actually changed the way people look at female leads. Her empowerment stance was revolutionary at that time, and Harry Potter movies won't be complete without her. However, when Emma was asked if she would like to be a part of the 9th Harry Potter movie, she seemed surprisingly reluctant. Film critic Jeff Snyder has talked about it, and said that Emma might not want to work with J.K. Rowling anymore because of her hurtful comments towards a transgender community. Besides, she also is past the Harry Potter phase, and wouldn't want to go back.
It feels like no time has passed and loads of time has passed.
Snyder revealed Emma is the toughest one to get back into this, particularly with everything that J.K. Rowling has said and stands for. And considering how Emma doesn't want to be a part of the magical world anymore, she might not mind someone else playing her role. Although she hasn't publicly talked about it, reports are that she won't return for a show or a movie if Rowling's name is attached to it. So much so that Warner Brothers even tried to buy out Rowling so they could continue to start a spin-off with the original cast of the show, but she was demanding so much money that they had to make do with a spin-off show with an entirely new cast and Rowling being a part of it. According to certain reports, the creators were initially using the rumours of a new HBO show just as leverage, so the original cast came back together because of the fear of their iconic characters might be replaced, and their legacy will end just like that. However, in a shocking turn of events, both Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe don't seem interested in starring in the show at all. On the contrary, Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter movies, doesn't seem so reluctant to star in the upcoming Harry Potter projects. When asked if he would make a comeback to the world of Harry Potter, Rupert said, "Yeah, I think if the timing was right and everyone was kind of coming back."
It's lovely seeing you.
Yeah, this is surreal, isn't it?
How do we all feel being back and talking about this.
But that's not all, because Rupert also revealed that as he grew up with the character, he felt like he continued to become more like Ron Weasley the more he played the role. So he's now really protective over his character too. So this statement actually suggests that Rupert might be a little bothered if someone else is playing Ron in the new show. And that's not the first time Rupert talked about wanting to reprise his role, as he previously talked to Good Morning Britain and said, "I can't really think of a reason not to. I love that character. I love that world. It's a huge part of my life. I feel this kind of ownership of Ron in a weird way." He also added that a TV series version of Harry Potter might actually be a great idea, and it could work if things were done right. It seems like Rupert isn't having any hard feelings about the future plans of Harry Potter creators, and he might even be open to being a part of them. But it should also be noted that Rupert is only interested in returning to the Harry Potter franchise if he gets to reprise his role with Emma and Daniel. Otherwise, there might be no point in his return, and his character would seem completely out of place without being around his friends. And as excited as some Harry Potter fans are regarding the new series, it might put them off a little that Rowling is a part of it. HBO Max can't really move forward with Harry Potter without involving Rowling and getting the filming rights from her. It's at the point where Rowling is going to be the executive producer of the new show. A lot of people are raising questions about Rowling's involvement and how it's going to harm the overall credibility of the Harry Potter franchise. Faithful fans are calling it a huge red flag, considering the kind of language she used for a highly marginalized community, and they believe that she'll only use the show to further push her political agenda. And this backlash got so bad that the chairman of HBO Max himself had to release a statement in which he tried to defend the selection of Rowling as an executive producer. He said, "JK is a very online conversation. It's very nuanced and complicated and not something we're going to get into. Our priority is what's on screen." And JK Rowling might be excited to start work on this new project because, for starters, she'll be back in business and will get a chance to capitalize on one of the biggest movie franchises in the world. And on the other hand, she also loved writing Fantastic Beasts, which was a spin-off of the Harry Potter movies. She once revealed that she only wanted to create a rough draft of what Fantastic Beasts would be like, but she ended up completing the first draft of the script within 12 days. So, we can only imagine how excited she would be for an HBO show that's probably gonna run for a whole decade. And why would she not want to be an executive producer of a show that some fans have desperately been wanting for years now? In fact, there are people who think it's a good idea to get Rowling on the executive board, because that way they could keep the original Harry Potter vibe alive. Besides, Rowling knows the characters and origin stories of the book better than anyone else, as she wrote them herself. So, it'll be a great idea to have her on the set just to oversee the details. Although the backlash continues to target Rowling, she might have to go with it for a while, until the show finally comes out. And the latest comments of JK not being bothered by the backlash aren't helping at all, as her post as an executive producer might be in jeopardy if the situation remains the same. The new show might have Rowling, but they're going to cast new actors entirely, because there's no chance of the OG cast coming back. And that is probably the saddest thing that you're going to hear today. So, will the new Harry Potter show receive half as much love as the movies? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.